here today with Sullivan. She is my current assistant. If you're looking for an assistant, like what you can expect to have them do, what they do for you, and basically kind of the behind the scenes of what it looks like having her be my assistant. Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am here today with Sullivan. She is my current assistant that I have had for a year and a half. She's been an awesome assistant. What do you say? Yeah, she's been really good. She's been good. So she's been with me for a year and a half, and she's actually moving across the country. So I just hired somebody new, but before she moved, I wanted to make sure that we made a video kind of talking about how I found her, what she does for me. If you're looking for an assistant, like what you can expect to have them do, what they do for you, and basically kind of the behind the scenes of what it looks like having her be my assistant. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what do you do?
So I have been James' assistant for a year and a half now. I'm 21. I went to Paul Mitchell for school in Costa Mesa, and I graduated in 9.5 months, which I was like the first one to graduate in my class. I was scrolling through Instagram, and I think I had followed you for like 6 months. And I thought she was so cool and so hip, like
so cool.
Super hipster. And she posted that she was hiring an assistant, and I didn't have my license at the time. I didn't even have my date for my board test yet. Yeah. And I applied like right away, and I got a response right away. And I think you interviewed me like that week.
Yeah, so crazy story. So I had put out a thing on Instagram. Actually, I hadn't even put out anything on Instagram yet. And I had a friend who was like, oh, I know a girl who's like looking for an assistant position, and I interviewed her, and it was like not the right fit. I mean, the girl was like late to the interview. So I like posted a thing on Instagram saying, hey, I'm looking for an assistant, and I think I had like a few people apply. She was one of them. She came in, and I like felt right about it. And then she told me at the end that she knew my brothers from high school. And so I went home and I was like, I didn't live at home.
Well, I think you would ask me like, oh, do you know my brothers?
Yeah.
Because I went to the same high schools, and I was like, you didn't have the same last name as them.
Yeah,
either.
I didn't. So.
And I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I know them.
Yeah. So then I called up my brothers and I was like, hey, what do you think about this girl, Sullivan? And they were like, oh yeah, she's great. So then I hired her, and I basically lied. I was like, yeah, I'm interviewing a lot of other people, like, so I'll let you know.
But she called me
not true. I called her and I hired her, and so she was my first assistant. And the crazy thing was when I hired her and brought her on, I had just moved from my salon suite. I was there for a year, and then I had opened up this space that we're in right now, which is about 600 square feet. Well, literally when I hired her, we were just finishing up construction, and it was kind of like all at once. I had just started double booking, I was bringing on an assistant, I was opening up this space, all the construction was being done, and the week she was supposed to start, like we were supposed to be moved in here, and it wasn't done at all. So she had to actually like squeeze with me in my one little 100 square foot studio with like all my clients. And it was like just a rough time in my life, to be honest. I was like, I'm so sorry that I brought you in. She said it wasn't that bad, but anyways.
I think I was just nervous the whole time.
Yeah, she probably was just stressed out. So, yeah, so I brought her on, and then we moved in here and then kind of got everything situated. So honestly, when I first brought you on, I didn't have a structured plan of things. She was my first assistant. I didn't really have a lot of structure to it, but now we've really come up with a really good system of how we work together, how we kind of organize our clients and schedule, and kind of what she does for me. So let's talk a little bit about what you do for me in the salon.
So I'm in charge of cleaning, dusting, laundry, shampooing. I do a ton of toners, a ton of root shadows, do a lot of blow drying.
So she basically is like my second-hand man. Yeah. Like, she does everything. She is running basically the behind the scenes of the salon. So she does all of the inventory, color ordering, making sure that we have enough color for everything. She makes sure that we have enough supplies for everything. She's the one that runs the Cosmoprof for Salon Centric. And then she's also doing pretty much everything at the bowl. So shampoo, toning, Olaplex, you know, any deep conditioner type thing that we have going on there, root shadows, root shades, base bumps, anything like that. Sometimes I'll step in and take care of it, but for the most part, like, I fully trust her to do all of that. And then we also tandem blow dry, so I'll blow dry one side of the head, she does the other side. My clients love that. They always like comment how it's like celebrity treatment. So they like that. And then sometimes she will actually completely blow dry and style my clients for me if I'm working with another client or whatever. So she's pretty much doing everything except for the actual service. So the only thing that I am like doing is, you know, applying color, highlights, all that stuff, and then obviously haircuts and stuff. Like I still rely on that for me, but for the most part, she's doing everything. She greets my clients, gets them coffee, she talks to them a lot of times when I'm like working with another client. So she handles all of that, and then just running the salon of, you know, making sure it's clean, making sure we have foils.
Yeah.
I never ask her to clean the bathroom, but she does it anyway, which is awesome. And then she also is like making sure that the plants stay alive, like the beautiful plants we have back here. She keeps those babies alive. So yeah, she does all of that. But I basically say she's like my manager and I just work for her. So what were you looking for in a salon when you were looking to assist?
So I was looking for someone who was super involved with their Instagram. And I also was looking for someone who was young. I wanted to learn all the new techniques and I wanted to stay on top of my game. I think it was someone with obviously good hair and cool style. Like I was looking at the whole package, honestly. Like I was looking for someone who I could get along with and basically build a friendship with and not just like have that boss mentality, you know, kind of.
Or you're like a shampoo girl.
Yeah, where I felt like I was less than, like I really wanted to be a part of the team and the community. And yeah, that was cool.
You didn't really get the team part, but we're a team. So
we are a team.
You know, yeah.
Like,
but this year, like, and we were even saying this like the last week, like we really feel like we're like sisters now. And like at the beginning, obviously, like when you first get to know each other, you're not that way. But like that's been the coolest thing is like I can fully trust her and like I understand. Like she reads my mind. And as I was just telling my new assistant that's starting, like you're gonna be able to read my mind. Like you'll know which foil I need before I even say which foil I need.
And we have full like communication. Like we say when like we're not happy about something, or if we're really happy about something, we tell the other person like, oh my gosh, that was like an amazing color you did, or whatever. Like, or oh my gosh, that client's color turned out like not the best, or whatever.
That like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we kind of get that, and that's fun, you know. And like I'm always like we've always had a very open communication from the beginning. Of like if you're not happy, if something isn't working for you, like please let me know right away so that we can make an adjustment or make something a change so that you can be happy with it.
I think you also would ask me like, are you still learning? Like, are you bored yet? Like, you would ask me that a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure, because nobody wants to be bored in their job. Nobody wants to like feel like they hate their job. Like obviously with every job there's gonna be something that you don't love. Probably cleaning the toilets. But like with every job there's parts that you can grow. Okay, so a lot of people are probably wondering how much do I pay my assistant? How does that all work? That's like always the awkward topic of money. Like, do I pay this person? How much do I pay them? So yes, I pay her. I pay her basically a little over minimum wage. In California, minimum wage is $10. We pay her $12.
I started out with 10.
Yeah, she started out with minimum raise. Yeah, because she deserved a raise. Like she was getting butt. So yeah, so she started out 10. We bumped her up to 12. And a lot of people ask like, do I tip her out? Some people tip out their assistants. I personally don't. And kind of the way that I've always looked at an assistantship is like it's part of your education as to become a hairstylist. So sometimes I'll throw her like some money or my clients will tip her, but that's not something that is expected. So yeah, that's basically what we do. It's like a little bit over minimum wage. I know that it's not like you can like live off of that salary. Also too, like I only work in the salon 3 days a week. So it's about 25 to 30 hours-ish a week. Just depending on like what my schedule looks like with travel and all of that stuff. So yeah, but she lives at home. It worked out really well, and yeah. So if you're having questions about that, just know that like you can find an assistant that like you definitely should pay them. Like it should not be free, but you don't have to pay them like a crazy salary because obviously it's part of their education as to becoming like a hairstylist.
She also gives me a good Christmas bonus.
I did give her a really good Christmas bonus. What does our day-to-day schedule look like?
So I usually get here 15 to 20 minutes before Jamie does. I personally like to, I am someone that loves to be alone. Like I love to catch up on like whatever we need. Like obviously I love having Jamie in the salon, but sometimes like I can't get everything done in one day. So I really like to just like get it done and then before she even comes in. So she's done, I can focus on our clients or whatever. So I usually come in, I turn on all the lights, I get everything set up, I start laundry, I make sure we have enough foils, I make sure we have plenty of coffee, I get all of our client cards set out, so we're trying to can go throughout the day with no hassle.
And then pretty much when clients come in, she always like offers them drinks and whatever. And we do double book, so we will apply a client's color, and then while they're processing, we have another client that comes in. Either we're doing a haircut or we're doing their color. And so, like I said, we kind of work in tandem. So while that client's color, client number 2's color is getting put on, usually she has to shampoo or tone or do something while I'm finishing up. And then she'll take care of client number 1's, shampoo, whatever. Sometimes take them back over to the chair and start to dry them. If I have to cut them, she'll like comb them out for me while I'm finishing up client 2 or whatever. And then it's kind of like musical chairs. Like I swear, we say this to our clients a lot. Like we're just moving you around. And so we'll have them kind of move throughout different chairs. And then
Sometimes we move.
Yeah, sometimes we move,
Yeah.
just depends. I have 2 chairs set up side by side. I'll show that with you guys in a video. But we have 2 chairs set up side by side so that we can kind of tandem blow dry. And then that way I can just bounce from client to client. So it works really well. Sometimes while client number 2 is being shampooed, I'll be finishing up 1, and then she'll check out client number 1, and I'll be finishing up client number 2, or she'll style somebody. Maybe I do the blow dries, she does the curls. It kind of just depends. But yeah, we definitely double book. I don't triple book. To me, that would be adding, like, she would be putting on somebody's root touch up. And not that I don't trust her, I fully trust her to do that. Just, I understand that my client is paying me to do that service. And if they were paying Annie to do it, then it would be one thing, but they're paying me for that service.
She doesn't.
Right, if she was applying a root color and all I did was maybe, you know, cut their hair, they shouldn't be paying me for that, so that's just my philosophy on the whole thing. Another thing that's kind of cool that we do is I only work in the salon 3 days a week, so Annie has an opportunity the other 2 days to take her own clients and to sometimes take some of my overflow. So it's kind of fun because it's like cool, she now has like clients and stuff, and I'm able to kind of facilitate those like in between clients, or maybe clients that don't quite fit my price structure anymore. They're able to go to somebody like Annie who's trained under me, she gets what I do, she's got my formulas, and they're happy to be taken care of.
And they're still supporting you too.
Absolutely, yeah. So she works commission on those days too, so it is an ability for her to make more money, which is kind of cool. What's your favorite part about being an assistant?
I think it's kind of like my favorite part of being a hairdresser in general is like the relationships that you create with other people, and like me leaving, like a lot of clients are so sad. I didn't even realize like how much they loved me, like they're giving me wedding presents.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't expecting that. So like honestly, the relationships, and like I love having like the creative freedom here, especially like working with you. Like you definitely don't have like too much structure, which I personally love, but I still do my job great.
Yeah,
so
she does. One thing that's really cool too is like as a goal of like having an assistant, like your goal should have your clients like love them.
Yeah.
And so like that's been really cool seeing her like leave. All of my clients are like bummed out. Like they saw that I posted on Instagram like that I was looking for a new assistant,
like,
and they were like,
what
happened? Did she get fired? And I was like, yeah, I fired her. She was like not doing her job. But no, for real, like they're so sad. Like we have clients that are like crying, like and hugging her, and like they're bummed that it's their last visit with her. So that's always your goal with your assistant, is to have somebody that like your clients love just as much as you. And sometimes I think they like Annie more than they like me. So
you're a lot, like I feel like we're a lot of alike now.
Right,
for sure.
I cloned myself.
Yeah,
that's what
she
I
totally
say.
did.
I just need to clone
Jamie.
them. What is the biggest thing that you've learned or grown into being an assistant?
I think I'm a lot more confident in myself, like that I can, you know, I can be a really good hairdresser, like, and I've only had my license for 2 years or whatever. Like, I am really good at what I do, and I'm confident in saying that. So
yeah.
I think that's kind of more what I've grown into, is confidence, and I feel like I'm a lot better hair colorist, and yeah.
I can see that too. Like you've definitely grown. Like I remember in the beginning, you were like, yeah, like I'm good at that. And I was like, you're so lying right now. Like you've definitely grown. Like I can tell that like you're more confident in just like the way that you even hold yourself with clients and like those relationships. Yeah. So that's cool. Okay, so what advice would you give to somebody who is looking for an assistant?
For someone like me, like if they don't have an Instagram and I can't, or a Facebook, and I can't stalk their life and like see what kind of person they really are, like with their friends and stuff, like that's huge. Also, interview is huge. If you have a crappy interview, like you're not getting hired. Like confidence is huge. Like, you want someone who's gonna be like able to hold a conversation with you and not like be shaking in the chair. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Totally.
Not good. Yeah.
And like, you want them to have a personality. Like, this job, you have to have a personality. You have to be able to get along and have deep conversations with people. Like, it's a hard job, and you have to be able to have that, like, hold your own in that.
We interviewed several people even for this new position, and there were definitely like girls that I was like, just not
it
clicking.
wasn't 100%.
Right, and I wasn't feeling it. And I was like, I would rather take more time to like find the right person and bring on the right person than just hiring somebody that you're like, okay, well, this is my last hope, so like just hire them. I think as a salon owner, like having a really good Instagram profile that the person can check out, but then also as somebody who's looking for an assistant job, like having a good Instagram profile, having it set up so that I can kind of get an idea of like who you are and like have some of your photos on there, like have some of your work as a stylist, but then as a salon owner too, like have a little bit look into your life so that people can kind of see like, what they're getting into. One other thing too, like as you're looking for an assistant, like definitely make sure that you know what the job is going to entail before you start the interview process. So if you know that it's going to be a year-long commitment and these are the like however many days or however many hours and this is what they're going to get paid and like this is what your program looks like. Maybe you have a really structured assistant program or maybe you don't. Like for me, I'm more organic, but with my new assistant I said, this is like what we're going to be doing and these are how many hours a week you can expect from me to kind of work with you, and that kind of stuff is really important knowing going into the interview so that you can tell your person that you're interviewing like, hey, this is what we're doing, so that you're not just like, hey, I'm looking for an assistant and they're thinking like, great, am I going to be with this person for 6 months or 2 years? Like, assistants want to know like what's kind of the next step for them, so having that in place of knowing like, okay, this is what the job is looking for, this is the type of person I'm looking for, either you fit it or you don't, will really help you too.
And also, like, if you're not 100% sure about someone, have them take a personality test.
Yes!
Like, the job that I am interviewing for, they had me take a personality test, and they shared their personalities with me, and like, so I can kind of get an insight on what they are, and like, it's such a, I feel like that's important too. He didn't do that with me, but
But here's a really good personality test that I think everyone should take. If you're a salon owner and you have employees or you're hiring somebody, have them take this personality test. It's called the Beaver, Golden
Lion,
Retriever.
Otter, Beaver, and Golden Retriever.
Yeah, okay, so Lion, Otter, Beaver, Golden Retriever test. Just Google it.
It's super quick.
It's a really quick test, and it's a really fun one because it's versus like the INFP or the Myers-Briggs, like ENFJ, like those ones are like a little bit more complicated. This one kind of just gets down to like how the person operates. So Annie is a Golden Retriever, but I am a Lion, and so here's the thing, if I was hiring another Lion, we would butt heads. I would not be a good situation. Another really good one is the one where
the Enneagram.
Enneagram is really good.
Love that one. Also the Strengths Finder test, I love that one too.
Yeah, so Enneagram, Strengths Finders, and then
Lion,
Otter, Beaver, Golden Retriever. If you probably just look up Otter or Beaver personality test, it would probably come up.
Yeah.
But so, is there anything else that you want to add to this video or any other thoughts that you have?
I think like when you're hiring someone and also like when you're looking for an assistant job, like you have to be open to whatever like is coming your way. I feel like also like if you like look at a person's strengths, like, oh, they're not the greatest at doing that, so maybe I have them do something else or whatever. Like, I think it's more of like you have to go with the ebb and flow of the job. And, I think that's it.
Cool. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you to kind of understand a little bit of how I work with an assistant, how we hired her, and what we kind of do in the salon. So if you like this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button below. I'm also going to link up Annie's Instagram profile so you can check her out on Instagram. She has an amazing Instagram profile. And you guys can check her out. Make sure to say hi to me over on Instagram. I'll link that down in the description box below. And thanks for watching this video. I can't wait to share more videos like this in the future. Maybe I will interview my next assistant and see how that goes. But thanks again for watching this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys. Give me a hug. Yes.